So real quick before I start this video, I saw this thing on TikTok where they were asking people with Down syndrome to tell us to stop saying the R word. And it's a serious video, but they ask, does the R word offend you? And then they separate into groups from agree to disagree, and you can clearly see two people who say they don't care. But then in this next shot, they just cut them out. They're like, fuck you, we need some people who actually get offended or else we look retarded. But for today's video, I'm here to let Joe Exotic know that we don't care anymore. And I'm pretty sure that I could speak for all of us when I say that. If you forgot about who he is, here's a little reminder.
My name's Joe Exotic, and this is Thunder and Lightning. The only difference between my pet and your pet is mine have 3-inch teeth and they weigh 400 pounds.
Now, there was a time a while back when I was on his side. I watched the whole series and I was like, fuck that bitch Carol Baskin by the end of it. I even made a video saying he was innocent. And as time went on, more and more people thought the same, and he gained this huge following of people who were there to support him no matter how many 20-year-olds he was marrying. People get mad at Leo for dating 25-year-olds when this guy's marrying a 21-year-old high school dropout and from jail. But once he saw that support, he wasn't letting go. And as long as he can get his voice heard from jail, he wasn't gonna stop. And at the beginning, like I said, we were all for it. Petitions were being made, billboards were even popping up, and at its peak, he was even getting noticed by Big Donnie T himself. And by noticed, I mean just casually brushed off.
He has 22 years for what? What did he do?
He allegedly hired someone to murder an animal rights activist, but he said that he didn't do that.
I'll take a look. Is that Joe Exotic? That's Joe Exotic.
But once he heard that from his jail cell months later, it was his time to strike. And at first, he would make these posts and use the hashtags Free Joe Exotic, Help Free Joe, and Pardon Joe Exotic. And his posts would go from the forest can only keep growing trees on top of trees until they die to prove to you this was about putting a queer in jail. He even made this one post saying he was going to give a large percentage of the Tiger King trademark to Kanye West, so if anything happens to his boyfriend, he'll have a class act team. And then tags Kim at the end of it with Carol Baskin can move forward as if Kanye already agreed to lend him his lawyers. That's like me making a post saying, I'm thinking about having Selena Gomez's kids so that if anything happens to me, our kids can be financially safe. But as the days went on and the election was getting closer, he started tagging Donald Trump and his son in all these posts, and they were just as schizophrenic as the previous ones. He goes from telling us how Trump is the only person who can make things right by signing his pardon, to saying, think about this, you can dress up little kids and put them in boxing matches to beat up each other, and that's okay, but holding baby tigers to learn more about them and their environment is abuse? What is happening to our country? Why were those two things even compared? He's like, what's worse than holding baby tigers? I think kids fighting. Let's compare that to exactly what I do. And of course, he still had to advertise his costumes in the middle of all this plea for attention. But I don't have to tell you that Trump didn't answer him. And I'm pretty sure he was advised by his staff to ignore him. And I don't blame him. Joe would go from posting a meme, asking to get pardoned, to getting mad at Carol Baskin for coming out as bisexual. But as he realized that his calls for help were going unanswered, for the next 2 years, he had his team post whatever came to his mind. I have never seen a man be so resilient to try to stay relevant. And as of today, I'm gonna let you be the judge to see if this guy's gotten worse or not. So starting in August, he posted these 2 random images of himself in the hospital bed saying, yeah, I beat that. He then thanks Andrew Tate for being so supportive. And I'm like, I've been hearing about everything Andrew Tate has been doing for his whole life for the past month, and Joe Exotic has not even been mentioned once. Come to find out, they're actually friends, and Andrew donated some money to him for his commissary, whatever.
10 G's.
$10,000.
10 grand. So what I did is I sent my boy Joe 10 grand.
$10,000 bucks.
$10,000. So let him know I'm serious.
They even talk on the phone. It's like, Andrew isn't even a fucking American citizen. I have a better chance of freeing you than he does.
We're gonna get Joe Exotic out of jail, and we're gonna move him to Romania, and we're gonna give him his tigers back, and he's gonna be here live on the show.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
He calls out this random football guide for calling Joe Burrow the Tiger King, saying the bullshit is over and I have to blah, 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 blah. He posted another pic of Andrew Tate, and hey, if Trump's not going to answer you, next batter up. And I guarantee you he wants to strike out. He even posted one of the Property Brothers saying, this is my celebrity crush. What's even funnier is that someone is running this account for him, because in some of the comments he'll be like, Joe said this, or Joe didn't want that. And what I would do is be like, oh yeah, we posted that shirtless picture of Jesse. People they're liking that up. And then when he does get out, you're like, yeah, sorry, we didn't post anything. But now's your time to return in a blaze of glory, because it doesn't look like he's getting out anytime soon. And I don't think the little support he has can hang on with him for another 18 years. You and TK are probably the only 2 people who've got sent to jail in a time where if you're not constantly posting about yourself, no one's gonna care. And I know I just talked about how you post nonstop, but if I'm using this right, quality over quantity. Yeah, guys, I don't know if he got paid for that show they made about the show that he was on. I'm assuming he did, because he hasn't said anything good or bad about it. He did advertise season 2 of Tiger King, and I didn't even know there was a season 3. But yeah, guys, if you go to his Instagram page, you can see that he's still actively trying to get a pardon, even comparing himself to Brittany Griner, as if anyone was like, hey, when we get Brittany, you think You think we can get Joe? No! Fuck. My man's went full on delusional and suggests serve the rest of his sentence in peace and get released on good behavior. Other than that, we just don't care anymore. And if for some reason you're seeing this, Joe, and you're upset by anything I said, please accept this coupon for a free small curly fries with any purchase, redeemable the day you get out. Now, actually, October 31st of this year.